New intro song tonight. We got Sir Yacht with a triple double coming out here tonight. Debuted today. He was so nice to let us share that tonight. Before we get into the show here tonight, let's start with our sponsors that make this show possible. Here first, we got the official jerky company of the Dude Network, Pegasus Jerky Company. Oh man, that Psalm Maple is good. That Blackberry Smoke's bomb. Texas Pepper, forget about it. Meat Again Inc., family-owned business since 1978 with a lot of New England style flair with their meats, including their sausage maker's been there for about 30 years, still slinging. They can go right to your doorstep. Check out meatagainинc.com, the official whiskey of the Dude Network. As we all know, one of my favorites, or actually the favorite, Cleveland whiskey, the home of the Wheat Penny and the Underground series, such as the Black Cherry Bourbon. But don't forget about the chocolate peanut butter whiskey, White, the Magic Rabbit. And then, of course, our favorite out of Dakota, Minnesota, small town feels, big time deals at FricksonFamilyFarms.com. Tell you what, I sent some stuff to my clients this week from work, and let's just say I was the cool guy. I was definitely the cool guy this week. But that's our sponsors here for tonight. Thanks again for Sir Yacht letting us use it, and Gabriella Cruz, another friend of the show, on that show song again, triple double. But again tonight, our co-host out of Albuquerque, he's after my heartstrings tonight because just wait till you see what he's drinking. I don't even know what to do. Dude,
finally happened, bro.
We're finally getting the cheers of Busch Light. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
It's a party now.
What's it like to finally be like a real part of the Dude Network now that you've had a Busch Light?
I mean, I can say I've had a Busch Light now.
Wow, disrespect. Disrespect.
No, I really dig the Busch Lights, man. I think they're pretty decent.
I was gonna say, man, do I need to start spitting out, what you kind of put out there? This, like, man, for cheap beer, it's pretty good, Oh, I got to download this. So, man, are you excited for tonight's show? I am totally excited.
Man, I'm stoked.
Dude, like I knew like Jared was like a really big deal on Instagram. Then I find out he's got books coming out and he's got like Facebook virtual barbecue classes. Like hangs out with all the big wigs on Instagram, man. Like, how the hell did this all happen? I'll tell you what. We're blessed.
We're lucky to have him, for sure.
We're blessed. We're definitely lucky to have him. So without further ado, he's going to have a really hard time living up to this one now, probably. It's going to be Jared, a.k.a. Jared Pullman. You may know him as How Low Can You Slow? How low can you slow? How low? How you doing, man? Oh, he's muted. You got to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Oh, no.
Oh, man, that was a rookie move. How's it going? Thanks.
Good, man. You probably said, like, worst introduction ever. I read your lips.
No, it was very impressive. Now I really do have to live up to that.
Not as impressive as the Aussie. I love it. First international flavor, I think, on the show, I think.
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, man. Even though you're stuck in Idaho, which is, like, the most American state you could probably be in. You went from, like, extreme Aussie to extreme where in the hell?
It's pretty American.
Yankee Doodle am I at now?
Yeah. How you ended up there, man?
And I got here during the election, so like it was pretty full on. It was quite the transition.
Yeah, welcome to America, home of politics.
Up to the country that's in its most divided point in time.
Yeah.
It's quite the intro.
Land of the free, home of the what in the shit that I get myself into. Yeah. Oh man. Luke Boothrout, what's up, everybody? John Z on here. Yo. What's going on? So yeah, Doobie, you asked, and I don't think you heard. How in the hell did you end up in Idaho from Australia? That's not a normal state that people move.
Yeah, no, it is definitely an interesting one. I always tell people like this is like the least barbecue state of the US. I always thought if I was going to be here, I'd be like in the Carolinas or Tennessee or Texas or somewhere where barbecue is really strong, but ended up in Idaho.
Left Georgia out of that. Yeah. Myron, Nixon, Tina, Grubs. they're coming at you big, man. They're coming at you big now. Oh no, he's muted again. You're muted. You're muted.
On with my microphone. That's
I don't know, man. Hey, that's what happens when you screw with Georgia. Things start happening, man. You might want to start taking
There's got to be it, karma. But yeah, so this is where my wife's family is from, and so this is where we're settling for now.
Man, so I will say though, most beautiful terrain. Some of the most beautiful terrain that you could ever think of. I'm assuming if you're in that good part of Idaho, isn't it like Idaho like all like nice terrain? Is there a Badlands part or anything?
All the places I've been have been pretty nice. I actually have a barbecue event next month in Coeur d'Alene. I don't know if you've ever been up there, but that's sort of super northern Idaho, and it's beautiful up there. But yeah, it's a really good spot to live.
It really is. Yeah, man, you could be worse. You could be in like, I won't say it, Doobie.
That was definitely moving towards a diss towards someone there. Yeah.
Yeah, you could be in New Mexico, the land of entrapment.
Yeah, the land of entrapment. Hey, I think that's going on the state license plate next year. I think that's what's happening now. So, okay, so barbecue. So, man, I'm so glad that I love that we have someone with an Australian barbecue background on here because, I mean, Doobie, you being like I'll call it Doobie's a pitmaster. Like, Doobie lives for that. I'm just some guy that moves some coals around and makes a decent smoke ring. You know, that's where I'm at in my barbecue. So, like, I'm curious, and Doobie, I'm sure you got some questions too, the differences here. We're dealing with American traditional barbecue and what's Australian traditional barbecue.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, Doobie, but I have no idea.
No idea. I'm assuming it's probably totally different flavor profiles out there.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, man. So, like, I mean, the barbecue community in Australia and New Zealand is definitely sort of emerging. There's only kind of been like a culture of it for maybe 10 years, maybe more. So, like, traditional, I guess, Australian barbecue is like burning sausages on a really, podunk gas grill in your backyard. But like these days, so there really has been sort of this emergence of like I mean, we're all guilty of it for sure.
Every Friday.
Yeah. But there really has been like an emergence of like that competition style, and that's really amped things up. So it is definitely sort of like based off of American barbecue. I guess you guys just call it barbecue. But we always call it American barbecue. But like, there are some teams that will compete in Australia and be able to come over and do competitions here. So some of the profiles are definitely similar. But you do have like the introduction of things like a lamb category, which is very, very popular there. And some other, sort of changes with more regional seasonings, and obviously like regional woods and things like that. But I would say it's somewhat comparable. The biggest thing that I always talk about is that it's like non-regional. So, like if you go to Texas, there's definitely a profile that you're expecting. If you go to North Carolina, you're going to expect something different to South Carolina. But Australia, New Zealand barbecue, because they don't have that history, it's just kind of whatever you want. And I think that's kind of a really interesting dynamic.
I like it. I like that. It's
what
like,
kind of wood are you guys using out there?
Yeah, that's a good one.
So there is like the similar stuff, the hickory, the cherry, although cherry is a lot harder to find than it is here. Apple obviously super popular, but then you've got other things like specific woods, like ironbark is a really common one to use in Australia. It's sort of like a common hardwood, and just sort of things like that. Is just very, very regional stuff. Sometimes if I was smoking like fish, I might use like some versions of like tea tree and stuff. Just kind of give a different profile.
I'm surprised that Apple was not a tree I would have guessed in Australia. So that's interesting. Yeah,
I think apple, everyone knows it's really good for pork and sort of white meats, but I think it's just, it's all about availability. And I think that's probably just one of those things that has some availability.
So what kind of flavor profile does ironbark wood have?
Look, wood is one of those things, man.
Like oak, or is it like?
Well, I think there's like you got mesquite.
I think of like you have like a savory kind of salty flavor and like a hickory with almost like a little bit of a spice to it, right?
Yeah.
And then you move into pecan, where it's almost like a savory kind of sweet on the back end, but still more on the savory side. And then you have like oak, where it's just more like in your face, like it's oak right when you taste it.
Yeah, sure.
Like it's kind of like hickory. It has its own distinct taste. Like
Or-
where would you put it in there? Would you say it's like stronger than hickory, stronger than mesquite? Or is it like more like a pecan where it's there but it's not in your face? Like what is it?
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely sort of one of those mid-range woods.
Okay.
Sort of, I would use it comparable to the way I'd use like oak or hickory.
Okay.
I would say it has like that certain amount of kind of nuttiness that comes with those mid-range woods. But how there's like those people that'll talk about wood, like, they taste something and it's like, oh, this was a pear tree that was growing in like a really sunny part of the yard and it rained a lot that season. Like I personally don't sort of subscribe fully to that way of thinking about wood, but I do believe in like ranges of woods. And so I would say like it does kind of have that nuttiness of those mid-range kind of nut woods or those hardwoods that you see.
Right.
It's a good wood.
Hey, let's start up a business right now. Let's just go ahead and list it on the how low can you slow. You're going to start bringing over like charred lump ironbark.
Importing it?
Don't even bring it over charred, just bring over wood.
Yeah.
Simplify it even more. Like, just soak it in water and send it out the door so it's got that moisture content. Like,
yeah.
there we go.
Heck, someone will buy
it. Dude, there's definitely hey, Kenneth Cunningham, North Texas Barbecue Addicts. What's going on, Kenneth? Welcome. Thanks for watching from afar. So you said lamb's a big thing over there. So if you had to compare the difference between American and Australian spices and blends, would you put Australia more in like the herbal category, like the rosemaries, the thymes, the things that kind of cover and go well with lamb, since it's such a dominant meat down there, or is it kind of more of like the sweet and savory?
I mean, I think when it comes to competition barbecue, sweetness is always something that's going to be popular. I think it's just one of those profiles that resonates with so many people that you're always going to have kind of something to win. But I think that's kind of what makes like lamb interesting, because when you've got like beef, I mean, I wouldn't usually go sort of sweet on beef, but burnt ends I absolutely would go sweet. But with lamb, there really isn't a sweetness to it very often. You might have a little bit, but not really. So you are right in sort of like the idea of talking about like lots of herbs, a lot of sort of texture in the rubs there. Because lamb is really gamey, so you kind of have to have something to kind of cut through that a little bit. And so I think a lot of kind of really punchy, like aromatic herbs, I think do really well. So mint is obviously pretty traditional. Rosemary is pretty traditional, but they get some really interesting stuff going when you start, working in some of those big lists of spices and putting it on there. You can get some pretty cool flavors coming.
Absolutely. Hey, and if anybody wants any of the lamb to try, you can get it in at meatagaininc.com. Plug. Bam. Nailed it.
If you haven't tried lamb, you have to. It's awesome.
Need to try it. I haven't. I've never cooked it myself other than, no, I apologize. I did have some like a lamb chop. I bought some lamb chops. I found them on like post Easter or something like that. They were on sale or something like that, like the leftovers. So I got them for only like $15 a pound instead of like 28 or something like that.
It's crazy expensive.
But no, actually, Meat Again sent me a rack of lamb I've never got to work with. So I think I'm going to tackle that next week. So I'm pretty excited. I got some cool ideas. I think I'm going to try that there. Doobie, I've never really seen you cook lamb since I've known you, but that doesn't mean you haven't. Have you worked with it? Do you like it?
I like lamb. A lot of the times I eat lamb, it's more like at a Greek spot. Or like I go to Greek festival and I look for lamb, Like I'll go places like that. It's one of those things that, growing up, my grandparents used to cook lamb. My mom was a 4-H person, so she wasn't really into cooking lamb. She was like, no, I don't want to eat lamb. We're not eating lamb in my house, And me and my dad are like, stuffed grape leaves, lamb chops, bring it on, let's go. My mom's like, no, not here, no. And so, growing up, I didn't eat a lot of it. I'm tempted more and more every time I see it. Now they're having lamb and racks of lamb, leg of lamb, all that stuff at Sam's Club, and it's not the cheapest meat, but I mean, I'm kind of the older I get, the more I'm like, I want to have more quality meat. You know, I'd rather have a 10-ounce prime ribeye than a 16-ounce choice ribeye. You know, I mean, I'm just at that point, you know, like in my early 20s, I just wanted the biggest T-bone I could find. I didn't care. You know, I'm like, if it's select, I don't care. I want a T-bone today, you know. How big can I get, you know?
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, that's a lot of meat, you know. I want something, I want to enjoy every bite, you know. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Now I'm kind of like, because I'm more on that page, I think lamb is more appealing because I'm not so much into like, I need a big portion, you know. I just want to enjoy it, you know.
Right. So, Jared, massive Instagram account. You know, you're close to 80,000. You might be a little bit over that by now, but we'll just say 80 in that range there. You probably know it a little bit more direct than us. So, how did that all come to life, man? When did you start Instagram? When did it become a thing where you're like, damn, this is getting kind of big? And then they're like, all right, now I'm at 80,000. Like, so how did that all happen?
Yeah, you know, it's sort of an interesting one. So when I started it up, I was still living in Australia at the time. And I kind of just started out like posting my own cooks, even though they were not good. But I was really proud of them. I was cooking on one of those, you know, those real rough little R2D2 black bullet smokers.
Hell
the ones
yeah.
you can pick up for like $30.
Yeah.
But like I was proud of it. I put a lot of work into it, and so I started posting it. But eventually, kind of as I started figuring out a few things, and you know, knowing how to keep my coals going for the whole cook, and not thinking that billowing smoke wasn't a good thing anymore. It kind of just sort of it's all sort of just part of that journey. And so I sort of started sharing that, and it's just kind of grown. So I think I started in maybe like 2017, but I wasn't really very serious about it for a long time. But these days, like it's something that I do pretty sort of intentionally, I guess. I got a couple of really good sponsors that I use. So Nomad Grills is one that I do a lot of work with.
They look awesome. Are they as I know you're going to tell us that they're awesome, but like sell us that they're actually awesome. Like
they actually are really good. So I tell people, like, if you are looking for something like portable, like if you're a camper or tailgater or something where sort of you like to just go to the park with your kids, like I genuinely don't know if you can find something better on the market. At least I've never seen one. If you want to cook like a whole brisket or something, it's probably not what you're looking for. But if you are sort of wanting something portable, like the biggest thing about it, like you could literally like run the thing over with a tank. Like it is so sturdy. And the thing I like about it is that even when you put the coals in it, like it's got like a second layer of insulation. So like I just put mine on top of like a wooden table or even like a plastic picnic table, and it won't mess with the table. So you can use it seriously anywhere. It's awesome. It is a really good grill.
And you can see how you can use that grill at _, how low can you slow.
Yeah. They're also awesome dudes too, the guys that run that place. They do a really cool job.
Yeah, I've been drooling over them for a while because like I feel like the Dude Network and like a portable grill that you can just take out in the woods and make some eggs and taters and a steak. What with some beers? What bourbon? What? Yeah, sit there and just The Nomadic Grills. I've seen them. I'm not gonna lie. I've entered in every contest I think I've ever seen them promote. I think Doobie. I think you'll even call me out here. I think I've went pretty aggressive on a couple of those.
Oh yeah,
they are cool. They're a great bunch of dudes to work with.
Dudes, hey, look at him. We're rubbing off on him. He's already slinging it around. Next thing he's going to be opening up a can of Busch Light over there.
So yeah, Nomad's Grills, they've been a big part of it for me. I've been working with those guys for coming up on a year. And then just sort of some other sponsors that I have. I'm working with National Turkey Foundation next month, which is going to be really cool. And like sponsorship posts are fun because it kind of gives you an idea to do.
You're doing the National Wildlife Turkey Federation?
No, no, just the National Turkey Federation.
Oh, I didn't know there was an NTF. I was like, hey, I know the NWTF. Yeah.
No, yeah, they. I met them at a like a spring training in Minnesota a couple months back.
Hell yeah.
They actually, I did not know this, but Minnesota has a pretty decent, strong barbecue community, which is really cool.
You already know where this is going to end up at. We're talking about Minnesota.
but they really do a cool event every year. So sponsors are really good because like it's fun, but it kind of helps you. And you guys will know this is that like it helps you to cook more, which helps you do better cooks.
Yep.
And it just kind of supports what you're doing. Like I think you've got to be a pretty big deal for it to pay the bills and keep the lights on, but certainly it can cover my barbecue addiction.
Yeah, and actually, one of our partners here is Frickson Family Farms out of Dakota, Minnesota, and they're awesome. And like I know it's like another cheap plug, but Doobie, I think, and like seriously, let's talk about it. Like what he's kind of talking about here, it inspires you to do better content. Well, Frickson has like such a crazy diverse offering that they send me and Doobie like mystery boxes every month. And then, like, we don't know what's in it. So when you get it, it could be like Denver steak or Korean ribs or some crazy, like, blueberry, Swiss cheese, summer sausage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like out of Minnesota. And like, you wouldn't think it, but they got like a big Latino influence up there.
Yeah. Okay.
So they actually have a lot of Latino style barbecue. And that's why they have like some killer chorizo. They do all like the Latino cuts, like they do picanha, like they have all of it up in Minnesota. Like you would, like you said, you wouldn't think it, but Minnesota is freaking awesome in like in the diversity. And there's a lot of different ethnic groups in Minnesota that all bring their own little thing to the barbecue scene up there.
Yeah, it's a really good producer of a lot of different meats as well. Like there's a lot of sort of beef farming up there. And I know this one because Turkey Federation sort of talked about it, but they're the biggest producer of turkey in the States, which I really blew
wouldn't
my
have guessed
mind.
that. I mean, I knew it was a farming state, but honestly, I would have put my state of Ohio up there in that mix because there's a lot of a lot of poultry and general farms down here.
But yeah, you know, it's good to be able to support places that are producing really high quality meats, and you know, like I genuinely believe really taste the difference in the final product. So I think it's good to support those kind of industries and businesses that are doing that.
Absolutely. So you gotta, I know you got a book coming out here. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna because I'm real excited about it, but we're gonna save it for last. I know, but you also have like a line of rubs out, and and I was curious on what you were kind of going for with your flavor profiles because they all seem like really interesting. Some pretty cool combos, which I can respect. I like the. It's hard to be different in that space, and I think you nailed it. So, would you say your blends are more Australian flavor profile, American, or a nice healthy balance of both?
Yeah, interesting question. No one's ever asked me that before. I think like I mean barbecue. I think it's hard to not have an American influence. I think it's the nature of the beast. I think that American barbecue is such a big animal that you just kind of it already is a blend of a lot of different sort of cuisines, but it is really sort of one of those things that does show up everywhere. So certainly could not deny that influence. My rubs themselves, I've got 4 of them out at the moment. One of them is very like Latin American based. It's an adobo style rub. So I would say that one's sort of a lot less influenced by somewhere else. But the other 3 I'd say are very much like an American style with my kind of twist on it. So these are the rubs that I've been working on for a while. It really actually just happened because I was using them so much that I was just making bigger and bigger batches that it just made sense to have it prepared in advance. And so it was like, well, if I'm going to have, 20 pounds of it, I might as well put it in bottles and then other people might want it too. So it's really fun. Like you said, it's a massively competitive industry. I don't know if it's ever going to be sort of something huge, but I think having rubs that are specifically designed for low and slow is a really cool thing. The bottles are huge. They have like 10 ounces of rub in them. So you can use, you can do like 2 briskets with the beef rub. Whereas if you buy one of those little like 3-ounce ones, you might get a steak and a half and then it's all gone.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. That's not the kind of
the Russian portions I call them.
That's not the kind of life I live. So
hell yeah, screw you, commies.
with your heart,
Yeah. So
you're already American. The more Americans, man, just giving back to the people. Look at you.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good, man. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I think they're kind of fun. I try to keep it pretty lighthearted. They're all sort of named after mythical creatures, and I just thought that was kind of a little bit of fun.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely unique packaging, man. I liked it.
Yep.
I was looking at them. I've looked at them a couple times, But I remember you have like a spicy, like a Cajun one. Was one like a Cajun one?
So I've got like it's El Chupacabra, which is like my Latin American one.
Yeah, the Chupacabra I saw, and I was
Yep.
like, yeah, okay, that's the one that I was like thinking like Cajun, because I was thinking
Yeah.
spicy. Like a Chupacabra doesn't seem like something that you take lightly.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to kick you in the shins a little bit. You know,
That's
it's
actually my favorite one. Yeah, I think it's good. I use that one on lamb. Actually, I think it goes well with it.
Ooh, I bet it does. Yeah,
And,
those bold spices, like them spicy spices, would cut right through that lamb. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. And then just sort of like my Grim Reaper rub, which is like a charcoal based rub. It's good for like beef and brisket and things like that. It builds a nice big crust. Sort of things that, you know, like it's my interpretation of some of the things that people have been working on for a little while, but I just think everyone's seeking that real big, thick crust, and so I think it's worth trying to figure out the magic to make that happen.
Right.
Hell yeah, I'm down with that. Doobie, what do you think?
Love it, man. I like. I built my green chili rub a little bit more coarse just to get that green, like that crust. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm all about getting a nice bark on the beef.
Yeah.
Oh, love the green chili rub. Love it. His Hatch green chili rub, it's the bomb.
Yeah, man, I have to check it out. It's Hatch chili is something we do not have where I'm from.
I believe it.
That's a very American thing. So
it's a very New Mexico thing. Let's go, New Mexico.
Yeah.
It might be the land of
chili. Everywhere else is just a knockoff, I promise.
Yeah.
Like Colorado's starting to grow chili now, and I love Colorado to death, but it's not New Mexico. Like it's like somebody else, like Idaho, trying to say that their wine is better than California's.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about wine out of Idaho. You know, if it's not chili from New Mexico, who cares? That's how I feel about it.
Fair enough, man. Represent it.
Yeah, I mean, New Mexico don't got much, Jared. You know, and the damn Coloradians keep coming down, trying to start shit with New Mexicans, and sitting there and trying to take their Hatch chilies, make them their own, and put a Mark Schlereth's Big Stinks green chili up there in commercial blends that taste like poo-poo. And, you know, and then Doobie's down there like, hey, those are my Hatch green chilies. Get out of here.
I just, you know, you can give somebody else a chili, but I feel like terroir, you know, like where it's grown affects the flavor profile and all that stuff. New Mexico is just a perfect chili climate. I mean, that's why we grow so much of it. And so other places, sometimes it'll grow, and there's parts of Colorado that it can grow decently, but I mean, we've been growing chili here for hundreds of years, you know, so I just, it's all like, and it's, you can give people the chili, but you can't give them the culture and the know-how to use the chilies.
Sure.
Anywhere else I go and you order like green chili, it's more of like a Tex-Mex kind of beans and chili, almost like a stew kind of thing.
Sure.
Whereas here in New Mexico, when you order chili, you're getting just the chili, like prepped just to be chili. You know, like when I make green chili sauce, there's nothing in my green chili sauce but the green chili. Like I don't add meat, you know. I'll add some different things to boost the flavors here and there. But I'm not making a stew out of it and then putting a stew on everything and calling it green chili sauce. I mean, it's just like you do a disservice when you don't know how to cook it and you're advertising it like it's... And then people go try it and they're like, wow, this is chili. No, it's not chili. I don't know who told you that that's chili, but it's chili.
Do you put beans in chili? That's the big question.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm making like a Texas chili, like, you know, that type of a chili, I mean, there's chili and then there's chili, you know, there's like chili beans and all that stuff, and then there's like New Mexican chili, like red or green. You know,
see,
it's totally different vibes, you know.
Jared, here's what's funny. I put beans in every single batch of chili I ever made. I get into a SCA comp last month where it's a chili cook-off ancillary, and I didn't put beans. First time I've ever not put beans in chili was the time I was at a comp, and I just, because it was so good. It was a garden chili, and I was like, I don't need beans. It's a garden chili because I had like zucchini and squash in it instead from like my own garden from last year.
Yeah, cool.
And my tomato sauce. And it was the first damn time I've never had beans, and I got 11th out and one place away from walking. And it's probably because I didn't put beans in my chili. But those judges, I hope Scott's listening. Those judges suck because whoever put Skyline Chili in the top 5 with cinnamon needs to be like taken off the SCA comp trail.
I don't know who in their right mind wants a cinnamon roll with their chili either. Like,
yeah, that was the ticket to the World Championships. They did cinnamon with a cinnamon roll, like a chili with a cinnamon roll, that's what they submitted, and that won the comp.
I could see how maybe like the sweet and then like the spicy kind of contrast.
Sure.
You know,
now
that might go, but like when I hear chili and cinnamon roll, my heart doesn't want to jump out and go.
See, but here's the thing, though. We haven't tried it yet, so like True. I feel like I'm going to do a reel, and I'm going to do a chili with Redneck Chef Boudreaux's chili seasoning, and I'm going to dip my cinnamon roll in the chili and get a raw reaction and see what happens.
I feel like sometimes with those SCA comps, it's like you have to be like 20% weird what you submit, and that is what's going to make you place. Yeah. Like it has to be a little bit weird to be memorable, and I feel like that's a good way to start them.
All right, Jared, you're going to help me out here. We got one coming up on July 30th, and it's a double SCA, so it's 2 steaks, but
yeah, cool.
The first comp is Tailgate Food, is the ancillary competition. So you got to be weird. Get weird with me here, man. Jared, you're coming to this competition with me. You're going to submit an entry. Let's hear this big, beautiful brain of yours working. You got cookbooks and shit coming out, so you got to bring it right now. I mean, no pressure.
All right, I do have one, but I'm cheating a little bit because I'm actually planning on cooking it tomorrow.
Okay.
But I feel like it's suitably weird for what we're talking about. I'm doing like a riff on like a PB&J. But for the peanut butter element, it's going to be like sauteed beef with like a peanut sauce, peanut marinade. And then for the jelly aspect of it, it's going to be like a raspberry chipotle bacon jam. And I'm just going to put it in like sliders. So I feel like that's what makes it like really good tailgate food. I don't know if it's going to work yet, but I feel like the elements individually are going to be great. But together we'll see how it goes.
Doobie, that sounded pretty freaking good, man. Here, I was thinking like my crazy shotgun shells, like the stuffed manicotti was going to be killer, but I don't know. I feel like I need to get back to the drawing board after that.
Whatever you do, they got to be able to eat it with their hands. You know?
Yeah, that's why I think something like what you're talking about is probably better. Sliders, I just think the bread looks bad in photos and in the box and stuff, but
you got to really, you got to get that. You got to get that butter. You got to get that chunky. You almost got to put like actual like chunks of minced garlic in on that to give it like that coarse texture, like, and then like go with some coarse black pepper or something to give it that color pop.
Which can be hard to do at a comp.
Yeah, in a comp, yeah, for sure.
Gotta pile those little spider buns up, make it look like this.
Yeah, so Doobie, tailgate food for a comp. What are you doing? What you got to bring out something crazy?
I don't know, man. I maybe do some kind of a pig shot, you know, like the sausage and the bacon and pig shot. Like I was just kind of thinking in my head, like, man, like a chorizo and egg pig shot would be pretty epic. You know, if you could find a way to like cook the chorizo, cool it off a little bit, whisk it into some scrambled eggs, pour that into little pig shots, let it smoke like a little, almost like a brunch tailgate food, man.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be, you
know? So here's what I got going on in my brain. So I'm going to do like boil the manicotti, like the big manicotti, and then I'm going to the sausage is going to be the sweet Italian sausage, feta cheese, some mild rotel because you can't do spicy and comp, so dumb that rotel down, mix all that up, and then like stuff that in there with like some extra like smoked cheddar or something like that, and like some shredded smoked cheddar. Make a mixture, stuff that, wrap it in bacon, throw it on the smoker, you know, cook it that way, like get it all cooked up there, and then like the nice sweet barbecue sauce finish. Thoughts? Can I go more? Where am I missing? I know I need all of it. I can't leave anything out. What can I add?
I mean,
Man,
it sounds
you know what
pretty
I
good.
would do? It sounds bomb, but that makes me think of like do like a handheld lasagna bomb. You know what I mean? Like
That's about what it is, I
stuff it up
guess.
with ricotta cheese, get like some ground Italian sausage, wrap that sucker up with the ground Italian sausage, and then wrap that sucker in bacon. Boom.
Without the manicotti? Get rid of manicotti?
No, with the manicotti. No, stuff the manicotti with ricotta, and then wrap that in Italian sausage, and then wrap that in bacon.
So it's like a manicotti armadillo egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like a lasagna inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could even do like a red sauce in there. That would be
Yeah.
You know I'm not scared to try something like that. Like
man, that would be like, I mean, that's heaven in a bite right there. Like
The hardest part,
like the best
sausage and like a little bit of pasta and ricotta cheese, all like, man, I almost want to do that.
the hardest part is I feel like you got to incorporate something like acidic in there to kind of cut through all that cheese.
Yeah, like a red sauce or something.
Yeah. Or even
I
just
got my homemade garden
or
sauce.
Dipping sauce, like a marinara.
Dipping sauce. Yeah, dipping sauce.
Yeah, dipping sauce.
Yeah.
And then in the dipping sauce, take like a little bit of like yellow cheddar and like put it in there and let it melt. So it makes like a little presentation in there on that.
I don't know, man. You got the ricotta, man. You don't want to take away from the ricotta.
I guess. Well, I could just do like a little. I don't know. So you got to do like a little something in the middle,
like
of the
crushed red pepper or something. Like,
yeah.
You know, give it a little bit of heat. Man, like,
work in progress.
You could add some texture into it too, like something that's a little bit crunchy, maybe, just to kind of give it something interesting.
Bacon.
Yeah.
Well, crumbled bacon bits, but bacon bits.
Yeah. Well, like, have you ever done like crushed up pork rinds? It's kind of a cool little crispy hit on the outside.
What if I don't wrap it in bacon? What if I wrap it with like prosciutto?
Yeah.
Or what if you battered it and then breadcrumbed it, fried it, and then did a bacon bit in your
on the outside of the batter?
This is getting out. You know, I kind of regret bringing this up because now there's no. I had a good idea, and now it's like this completely like.
I think it is a good idea as is. I mean, it's one of those things when you're doing like comp practice, it's just a really good excuse to make a bunch of really good food. So this is probably maybe just a good excuse to eat well for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I need to get to my laboratory, aka my smoker. Yeah.
Sounds good,
John Z is coming on here in a little bit. Said I just came up with a genius pig shot idea. Oh man, we're gonna see what Mr. Red Sharpline himself's got to say about it.
I bet you he uses Italian sausage. I bet you he does like a lasagna pig shot with Italian sausage. I'm sure.
Okay, yeah, let's take a guess at what do you got? What do you think? So genius pig shot idea. All right, Jared. What would you consider a genius pig shot idea? Let's see here.
I feel like it's going to go super literal, like it's going to be in the shape of a pig or something. You know, something really, really literal. That's my guess.
He's got a pig-shaped pig shot.
Yeah.
I can dig it. I can see John Z doing that. Dibby, what would you you said lasagna, like a lasagna, like fill the pig shot with some ricotta.
Yeah, I don't know. He's Italian. He likes Italian sausage. I just see Italian sausage being in there. That's his go-to sausage.
Well, we're gonna find out what his genius pig shot idea is here in about like 6, 7 probably about 10 minutes or so. But Jared, one of the main reasons I was really excited to have you on tonight. Congratulations here next Tuesday on the 1st. I think that's Tuesday. You got a book coming out.
Yeah, man. So it's on pre-sale right now, but we are coming up just in time for our Father's Day. That's kind of the plan. So it's going to be good. I've actually got one.
Hey, he's got the book. He's got the
something
book.
I prepared earlier.
Hey!
So this is my book. So it's focused, like the idea of it is around rotisserie cooking, but certainly it's applicable for all styles of low and slow. Rotisserie was just kind of the one that we thought kind of had the most space to talk about, and people were sort of looking for it. But
how did this happen? How do you just wake up one day and be like, send it, I'm going to make a book?
Yeah, it's actually a bit of a crazy one, man.
A lot of your life seems to be a little crazy. You're in Idaho. I mean,
so I mean, obviously, like all of us, we work with recipes all the time. I mean, we literally were just spitballing about different things for an SCA comp, right now. But I started sort of writing them down, putting them on my website, and then I started trying to put together a book. And then I was at a wedding, and I literally met someone at the wedding, and she is an editor. And so she told me how to pitch my book to different publishing houses. So I did that and secured a deal, and now we're here. Yeah, which is crazy. Yeah, like just the way things happen.
you're like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
how this? I went from like my little $30 clam to I'm writing
Yeah.
books about barbecue.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I mean, it was a decent process. Writing books is tough work. Luckily, most of the hard work is done by like the editors who can make things sound good. I just sort of put my ideas down and they made it presentable. But it was good, man. It was a really good experience, and it's a fun one to be releasing.
Man. So what's one of your favorite? What's one of your favorite like recipes that you put in there? If you had to put one in there that you were like most proud about, what is it?
Ooh, that is tough. So the tough part about it, man, is like when you write a book, you have to like figure out like your best ones, and so it's like picking like a favorite child, because
Which
this
is
all
easy
things-
to do when one's
Yeah.
being a dick, by the way.
It's like like so I think there's like 45 or 47 recipes in there or something, and you've got to choose like your best ones, but also make it so that like it's accessible so anyone can do it with kind of like the equipment that they have. You don't want it to be
So what
crazy
you're saying
complicated.
is volume 2 is coming out soon.
Oh, for sure there will be a volume 2. Oh man, which one's my favorite? It might be this one. I just
Okay.
opened up something on my screen. So this is like a char siu duck, if you
Okay.
know how you want to say it.
Okay.
It's a pretty good. Man, it's hard to find the middle of my screen. It's a really good recipe, man. It's actually sort of like traditionally something that you use on pork. It's like when you go into like Chinatown or whatever, and you see those like things hanging in the window. So like the golden ones might be like something else, and then you'll see like a lot of that red kind of pork. That can often be like char siu pork, and so that's probably one of my favorites. I mean, I really like duck anyway, but some of those sort of like Asian inspired flavors and the really bright red color of it is definitely one of my favorites.
There's some good duck and there's some bad duck. I was a duck hunter for several years, and they're like the Mergansers. They taste like shit. If it's a saltwater bird, not good.
Really,
mallards are killer. Like your redheads, like your inner land birds are good, But the ones out in the water divers that eat like a lot of like nasty sardines and they take on that flavor after a while.
Interesting. I've never had wild duck before.
Oh, mallards are the best. The mallards, because they're the biggest. They have the most meat to work with. But yeah, and they're really easy. They're really easy to actually cut the breast out of. They don't take a lot of effort.
I imagine wild duck is a lot less fat than like the store-bought
Very
stuff.
lean.
Yeah.
Very, very lean. Very lean.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because that's usually kind of so much of what they're known for is the real fattiness in the skin.
Because normally on the breast, you take the skin off of it too. But yeah, they are leaner birds because these are migratory birds you're hunting, and they fly, sometimes thousands of miles a year. So
yeah.
And
Interesting.
Johnsy said, and so do Canadian geese. Actually, on a Canadian goose, best way I've had that, take your breast, throw it in a can of Coca-Cola for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Dump out the can of Coca-Cola, put another can of Coca-Cola, and after 48 hours of an acid bath of Coke, it is then very not so gamey. And it's actually pretty good.
That's so interesting. Yeah. So is it tenderizing or it's just removing that gaminess?
It's both. It's both. But it does draw like all the blood and stuff like that, out of it. And then like, olive oil in the cast iron with and roll it in like some Cajun breadcrumbs or something like zatarains with the geese are Johnsy, your geese. All right, we're bringing Johnsy in. He's sitting there just trash talking every waterfowl that I'm hunting over here. Ladies and gentlemen, dudes and dudettes, after party has officially begun here at 9:45 p.m. with the waterfowl supremacist, Johnsy.
What? Oh my gosh!
There
I
we
don't
go.
mean it like that.
My geese don't taste bad. My
No.
ducks are great. I love divers. Like, oh man.
I'm sorry. We've shot divers and looked up how to make them not taste like fishy like that. It's not even gamey. They taste like fishy. You cut them open, they smell a little fishy.
That's so weird.
But soak them in like buttermilk or whatever, and they
Yeah, the buttermilk would be good.
delicious.
Yeah.
But over here, Canadian geese, there's no gamey taste. I cut them straight out of the bird, throw them in a pan, and it's like red steak meat.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm serious.
Can you cook like wild duck to like medium well or medium rare?
Medium rare, yeah.
Yes. In fact, I recommend everybody, and you can message me and unfollow me and hate me all you want on this comment, but all game, unless it's like boar or there's certain like mountain lion, there's certain things that have to be cooked to a certain temp because of the species.
Sure.
Bear. But every game animal that's not any of those ones should only be cooked to medium rare, period. I don't care what your tastes are or whatever. It is, period, how you eat meat.
I get it.
Johnsy spoken. Johnsy's
Yeah.
here, folks. Johnsy.
Hey, I'm all about that medium rare.
So, and I'm not. I hunt, and I love it. I don't know. Do you have teal out there, Tony?
We do, but they leave so early that we don't really get much of a chance to
I'm
hunt
telling you, the breasts are tiny. Like you see them on the plate, and you almost feel guilty, like dove breasts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Literally. I mean, I know that they call sandhill cranes the mignon or ribeyes of the sky or whatever.
Is that
I don't
true?
know. I haven't eaten one
I
of
didn't
them
know
yet.
that.
I did. Oh yeah, sandhill cranes like through Utah and Texas and stuff. They're called, I think, the ribeye of the sky.
Hey, that includes Idaho, Jared. Get your gun
Yeah.
out. They're protected in most states, but maybe you can
Yep.
snag you one.
If
I mean,
you
with a
shoot
name like
any-
that.
If you shoot any crane here, you're probably going to jail and paying a lot of money, and you're not hunting for a lot
It's
of
California,
years.
bro. If you shoot a gun there, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
No, hey, look. I know
Not in
it's
Turlock. Not in Turlock.
I know it's California, but we push back a little around here. We're still a little wild.
Oh man.
Yeah. They're like in that separatist part. They're like in the separatist section of California out there.
Hey, they've been pushing for the 51st state or whatever, for it's been like 35 years or something, but like they've been trying to like section the state off so that all of the crap in Southern California and all the crap on the coast gets like sectioned off into its own state, and we have the 51st state of Jefferson. And it sounds so ridiculous, and you see signs everywhere, but if that could somehow happen, it would save this place.
California's doomed, bro. Give it like 10 years.
Hey,
global warming.
look, hey,
it's gonna be underwater.
Oh, wow.
Hey, look.
Wow.
look, bro.
Doobie. Come on.
Hey,
Come
you serve barbecue in Albuquerque. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, man.
Be the best barbecue you ever had.
Wow.
Well, I'm not talking about your barbecue. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to come off like that. I'm just saying.
Oh, boys.
Oh, man.
Hey, Doobie drinks one Bush Light, he becomes a badass.
Right? All of a sudden, he's fighting everybody.
Yeah, like, oh, Bush Light thing. I'm like, you get hands. You get hands. Like, all right, hey, Jared, are you familiar with the movie Office Space?
Yeah.
Oh, are you sharing it? Are you putting it up?
We're doing it.
Oh,
I told you not to send it.
Listen,
No,
you're as good as a dog.
So Johnsy didn't get a beard, and when Johnsy lost his beard, his waterfowl expertise went through the roof, so that was holding him
It
back.
absolutely did. Hey, Tony, I'm going to come out there and learn you about game, bud.
All right, Milton.
Go.
Ah!
That's
So the
awesome.
question is who's going to send Johnsy a red Sharpline stapler?
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need to get this man a stapler.
If I see one somewhere, I'll try and pick one up. I'm not going to go out and order it, but if one shows up, I promise they will make it into almost every one of my videos, and I will try and end them with, "Has anybody seen my stapler?"
Yeah. Hey, Dirty Jersey BBQ's got the eyeballs in all his videos, so you just need the red sharp line.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So Jared, back to your cookbook. It comes out on the 1st, right? On June.
Yeah, correct. So it's on
It's
pre-sale at the
available
moment.
on Amazon and Amazon Kindle.
Yep.
So I know it's available on Kindle because I reserved my copy this morning.
Yeah, cool. You can pick it up pretty much anywhere that you buy books.
Okay.
Oh, it got that kind of deal?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be in like your local bookstore, but
It's not going to be in Barnes and Noble.
Anywhere online, yeah.
Congratulations.
Dude, that's
yeah.
No one goes to the actual bookstores anyway. So online, man. Look at you at the online.
But yeah,
he did.
I'll be putting together some recipes to share and stuff. So if you're interested in some of them, keep an eye out. I'll be cooking some of them. I'm actually cooking a bunch of them tomorrow. So
sweet.
Sort of doing some promo for it.
So how did you get to like working with all these other creators on your Instagram page? Because you work with like Barbecue Buddha. I just know him, but I know you work with a boatload of others. Mm-hmm. So is that just networking? Like, I mean, have you been in the game so long, people like kind of hit you up? Like, how did you get to the point where people started letting you feature their cooks on your page, and it was like a lot of these collabs, and where your page became the post to kind of help put people over?
Yeah. So like, I mean, there are always different levels of like working with people. So there are people that I'll like collaborate with pretty closely.
I like my meat how I like my women, pink and
gold. Okay. All right, John. All right. Wait till he's done with this. You're still on, John.
I didn't read ahead.
Oh, man. All right. So anyway, Jared, as you were saying,
man, I've lost my train of thought. We're going to take minutes here, guys.
Yeah.
Jared, I apologize, sir.
So there are definitely different levels of collaboration. So like sometimes it'll be something where like we'll work together closely. Sometimes we'll sort of promote each other and things like that. Sometimes it's a lot looser than that. Sometimes just people, and I see really, really good content, and I think it's worth sort of sharing and celebrating. And, like some people have different feelings about having their stuff shared. But I think most people feel like it's just a way to kind of get their hard work and their creativity, their art out there,
Well, whoever doesn't want their stuff shared, I don't know what the hell they're doing posting. I mean, good for you for being like a stubborn-headed, I want to do it on my own, but
sure.
Social media is not designed to work that way.
Well, and you see people where like one post has totally taken over to the point where like this can build up something that can be like a job for these people. You see some of those guys, like you probably know who Rashid Phillips is, who was in
love Rashid.
Yeah. So
you liked the photo before you came on. So he actually might know what the Dude Network is now. So thank you for that.
That's awesome. Yeah, he's a cool dude, man. He did American Barbecue Showdown, and like since that show, and obviously like a Netflix show is a pretty decent deal, but that's exploded like a career for him and something that he loves to do. And so that's it's an example of how once people know who you are, something really cool can happen. And that dude deserves that kind of, interest because he's got some epic stuff.
Yeah, he showed his big brain on that show for sure. With and since we're on that subject of the show, Tina Cannon, winner of that show, coming on next Friday to talk about Food Network's Barbecue Brawl.
That's awesome.
Yeah. She's a part of the Dude Network. She is the original dudette. I don't know if you knew that or not, but yeah.
That's cool. She's got some mad skills.
Yeah, and Grubs has been on here. Grubs has got the Dude Network tattoo on his arm.
Yeah,
I mean,
branded for life.
He's taking that shit to the grave, man. Like, I love it. Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, awesome. This show, actually, Rashid is one of the few that we haven't talked to off that show on this show. But yeah, this Grubs is one of our first ever interviews, and Tina was like one of our second. It was like one of our second biggest. And then, yeah, it's like kind of – so Grubs and Tina kind of helped put this show on the map. So,
that's awesome.
That's fun that you're talking about that. But, yeah, we got Tina on next Friday, Food Network's Barbecue Brawl, Monday at 9. She might not make it. She might make it. We don't know. We'll find out after Monday. But whatever happens Monday, she's going to talk about it next Friday. So that's exciting.
Cool. She's got
I know you got Doobie, you got a big pop-up. You're getting ready to head out of here. I know you got to finish shopping for tomorrow. Grubs, I sent you an invite, man. Click on the invite. Come on here and hang out with Jared, man. It's in your Instagram. You're gonna get to meet Grubs here, Jared.
Awesome.
Hopefully. No peer pressure. Well, he's got to now. We put it out there. If he doesn't, it's on him. He looks like a big meanie. No pressure, Grubs. Get on here. But yeah, Grubs is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, Doobie, tomorrow, Albuquerque, pop-up. You got a lot of shopping to do. What's on the menu for tomorrow? Full-time barbecue up here, Jared.
Yeah, man. So tomorrow I'm doing a 3-course lunch and beer pairing with the brewery. We're doing some bacon-wrapped jalapeno poppers for the appetizer, and then I'm going to do a green chili brisket Philly cheesesteak. And then...
That's a really good combo.
What?
So I'm gonna get that going, and then I'm gonna do the James Grubs smoked s'mores cones for
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. So gonna do a little grub shout out, and then it's gonna be a nice little 3-course meal, and then after that it's just back to the normal barbecue grind. Pulled pork and brisket sandwiches and chips, and then rib tips all day.
Rib tips.
Nice.
Yeah, I get about a case or two of ribs every Saturday, man. So that's like one of my biggest things is ribs. So
that's epic.
Ribs and brisket,
Jared, what were you saying? You had a question?
Did we ever hear Johnsy's pig shot idea?
Oh,
we did not. Yeah. What's this epic, life-changing pig shot idea, Johnsy? Is it as good? Let me guess. Sandhill crane.
No, come on, man. First of all, you guys blew it up way too much. So one was definitely the lasagna, the stacked lasagna idea, because you know how I love my Italian sausage. But mine was, as soon as you said the bacon and eggs breakfast one, my mind went. And I think it would be legit if you could stack breakfast sausage, wrap the bacon, put pancake batter in it with like chocolate chips or fruit or something, and then sauce via the whatever fruit you use that kind of syrup or whatever. I just thought that'd be like a dessert breakfast deliciousness. But all the guessing, the pig shot, the pig, actual pig thing, man. Now my idea just went.
I was wondering. I was like, when they guessed that, I was like, that seems like a really tedious thing to do. And Johnsy, you don't seem like a guy that would like hand shape a piece of bacon to look like a pig. Oh, we got someone lingering in here. Oh, we got Grubs. We got Grubs. We're waiting on to connect.
Here we go.
Wait, while we wait on him, I haven't taken any jug chugs, but we're gonna do Cleveland Whiskey Underground Series Full Proof Black Cherry Reserve. This stuff is the bomb. I love it. I love it so much. So, cheers to everybody on this killer weekend. Hope everybody has a nice long weekend. Jared, I know you're drinking Mountain Dew. We'll just say it's loaded with Captain Morgan.
Mountain Dew's excellent. Mountain Dew's excellent with bullet bourbon.
Dude, I know you got to go, but before you go, you at least got to say hi to.
Yep.
Grubs!
What's going on, Grubs?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Oh,
good, man.
Shit, better now. Better now. How we doing, brother?
Yeah, that was the party.
Living the dream. You know what I'm saying? It's a barbecue dream.
Grubs, meet Jared up here. Jared Pullman. Jared, meet Mr. Grubs. Grubby
Nice
Q
to meet
himself.
We've actually
How you
we've
doing?
a couple times on Instagram, I think. So it's good to meet you face to face.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Oh, awesome, man! This is so cool.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cool.
You never know what
I'm
the hell's going to
Just
happen.
share something with y'all. I just got yesterday. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have a drink. We're gonna have a drink with this one. But,
Oh man, he's getting serious now.
He's
He's
time,
getting
right?
serious.
Hey, look. Yesterday, I did a video chat with a friend from South Africa on a barbecue team that's been cooking and shit, and I've been sharing things with them. But look, I got an invitation yesterday. Tony, I sent somebody this in a message earlier. Listen,
I'll share it with the world. It's great news.
Sydney, Australia,
Oh.
and Meat Fest or Meat Stock,
Stock?
whatever they call it
Yeah.
in Sydney in May of next year. and I'm going to cook with the South African team. And
That's awesome.
I got a flight, and I got a hotel room, and it's like, holy shit, dude. Hey,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
no, it is freaking awesome. It's more awesome than being on the damn barbecue showdown. Okay, that's like, man, these dudes straight up real, and the fact that they didn't have me fly across half the fucking country to go cook with them and just like share what I know, and they're gonna share with me. I'm gonna learn some shit. I guarantee you that.
Meat stock
I might
is
cook kangaroo tail or something. Hell, I don't even know.
Yeah. Meat stock is a great competition. It's like the biggest competition or biggest sort of festival in Australia for barbecue.
I got invited. I know. I was blown away by this. I'm telling you, it's like, Lord have mercy. That's what being on that show. Even though I didn't win the damn show, being on that show, being who I am, or whatever's happened, somebody's gonna call me on a video call from South Africa on the phone and on the internet and say, "Hey, Grubs, we want you to be part of our team. Are you keen on that?" And see, and I'm trying to understand because the English ain't even right, and I think I'm hearing again. So I'm thinking like, what, you know? And then all of a sudden it all came together. I'm like, holy shit, man, that's like the real deal. So,
That's
man,
awesome.
I love barbecuing. And it's
Congratulations.
you got it going on over there. Okay.
That's awesome, man. You'll love it. You'll love Meat Stock. It's a great festival.
Congratulations, Grubs. That's
awesome.
Incredible.
No, that's unbelievable. It's totally unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's like I'm 60 years damn old. And it'd been great if I'd have been 25 or 30 when this shit happened. But
or would it? I just you're wild ass at 25, 30. They wouldn't let you come back. You would have been you'd have been exonerated, bro.
Now, but damn, I'm like, and my wife is like, well, I want to go. And I told my wife, I said, yeah, we got to do a GoFundMe or something. Give it to sponsors or some shit. We'll get T-shirts printed or something to get her a ticket on because I don't know if they're going to pay for both of us, But, man, I was like, oh, my God. That's all from being on that damn show. And it's just all from being who I am and loving barbecue and doing what you do and you share what you do. And then the results come out. The Doobie, you got to see that where you work too, man, what you do on your little pop-ups. And the people that come up and they're so appreciative of it and the positive vibes coming, it's like, don't give up, man, because you don't know, what's going to happen.
Man, that's a struggle, man. You never know what's going to happen every week. Like last week,
I know, but you
got
still
taken
look
down
good
by
what
the
you're
wind.
doing. That's
Again.
barbecue love, man. That's that barbecue
Second
love.
time.
It's crazy as shit,
It's wild. Jared, craziest opportunity that you've gotten to get because of social media that you've, I know you've had a couple. Doobie, you out?
I'm out. I got to get to shopping. I got to go buy all the stuff I need for manana. But
all right,
hey,
round of applause for Doobie selling out tomorrow. Good drive. Hey, way to sell out tomorrow, Doobie. Hey, way to sell out. Hey, rib tips. All right, so Jared, like I was saying there, back to that question. Craziest opportunity that you've got to have happen to you because of social media, of how low can you slow?
It's funny. It actually, the book is definitely part of that. I think the social media presence definitely allowed that to happen. But funnily enough, the other one is probably pretty close to home. I actually tried out for American Barbecue Showdown for season 2.
Come on.
Yeah,
Why does everybody on this show try out for that show? Like, this is like a magnet for that show. That's so funny.
I didn't get into season 2, but I don't know. I felt like I got pretty far into it, but it didn't happen for me. But maybe next time, now that my face is next to Grubs on a video, maybe that'll open some doors. We'll see.
Dude Network makes shit happen.
Making dreams come true.
Hey, Jared, I went down as an alternate.
Really?
Filming season 1. Yeah, I was an alternate. So when I went down, and Dominic called me, the producer, says, "Look, dude, we're doing, but it's only going to be 8, but we're going to send you down there. You're an alternate. You ain't on the show, but go down and do what you do, and then we'll see what happens." When I went down on Saturday, There was 10 cooks, only 8 on the show, of course. But Monday morning, I was one of those 8. And that was like, that's some of the interviewing and all that other shit that went down. And it's like, to me, it was unbelievable, man. There was over 2,500 applications. So if you even make it that far, you gotta have a little respect for your skills. If you even make it enough too far to get to that, where they're calling you and you starting to do interviews and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I went through it it was about a 4-month deal for me. You know, with videos and cooking food and taking pictures and shit. And I think 2 people that actually made it on the show, but we can't say, because, you know, it's all about being respectful and shit, what's going on. But it'll probably be out this fall. The second season will be. And it wasn't as hot as it was when we were cooking in season 1. But I even made the message to these guys. I knew when it was filming because you just know people are involved. But it's like, just embrace it, man, because this is one of those things that can do things for your life that you never imagined. I mean, I'm almost a hermit where I live. I mean, I may have a personality, blah, 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 but I live where I live because I ain't all up into the people-y type of thing. Okay. I mean, I like to avoid that as much as I can. You know, I see y'all people, you know, I just try to do me. But I live in North Georgia, way up in the damn hill, and they found me to be on the show. So anybody can fucking do it. That ain't a thing. But it's getting over those steps. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's beautiful about social media is you can be one of one in the town and still become a worldwide brand because you're getting out there outside of your town.
Yep.
But yeah, like, you know, so now obviously Grubs, you were, not to be disrespectful, but you kind of had to work into that limelight without social media. So actually, that's a good question for you that we've never asked you. How much harder was it to get your name out there about 20 years ago compared to what it is right now when the internet was still on that?
That's the first internet But no, that was not me. To me, it was always about cooking. It was always about barbecuing, man. That's what got my name out there, is because I started cooking ribs for the Relay for Life to raise money to fight cancer. That's what got my name out where I'm at. I've been doing this since I was 14 years old, but it was just a life, you know. That's how you live, because your mama can't cook. You live in the damn country. What you gonna do? You know, you learn how to cook for yourself, or you want to eat something besides a damn meatloaf or a pot roast or a damn pimento cheese sandwich.
Hey, I vote we keep the meatloaf. I'm all in on the meatloaf.
I ain't gonna go with that because I am anti-meatloaf. I don't like meatloaf. What? No, I had to eat it as a fucking kid my whole life, and that's why I learned to cook better things. Because
Grub, I think you need to take your modern twist. You need to make meatloaf great again.
3 or 4 days a week from 7 to 12 years old. You know, it all changes. But the thing about barbecuing, man, that's what it is. You learn to do what you do, and then you take that knowledge you have, and you just keep going and going and going. I mean, I've done this stuff for so long, and I've made a lot of failures, no doubt about it. Things ain't worked out right. But in the end, and I've been in picanha heaven, Mr. Tony. You know this right here. I'm going to say, Tony knows this right here about the picanhas, but
when it rains, it pours.
I was a picanha broke ass bitch with an EBT card like 2 weeks ago. You know, then all of a sudden, I got a Tron picanha, I got a Black Angus picanha, and I ain't never cooked one in my whole life, a whole picanha. Never. Okay. But the one I did last weekend, dude, that shit will knock somebody's socks off their ass. I ain't lying to you. And
Jared,
it's the same protein with that fat cap on that thing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Jared, have you got to work at the picanha yet?
I've actually got one in my freezer at the moment. I won some Snake River Farms gift cards.
Nice.
And I treated myself to that. But the hard thing about it is that, like, I'm trying to save it for something, but I still haven't found an event worthy enough to use it. So I don't know if that
Dude,
thing's ever going to get cooked.
You
No.
gotta eat it.
Just get it. Hey, because if you need another one, you can get it at Fricks and Family
Farms.
But look, I'm gonna tell you, dude. Look, I did the whole picanha. Okay, so I'm talking to you, Jared. I crisscrossed the fat, and I got a brand of seasonings I use called Smoke Brothers. These guys are straight up. They're veterans. They got good shit. But I use the combination of their carne asada and their cherry rub on this picanha. Crisscrossed the fat, got it all up in there, rubbed it all up on it. So I put it on my
Oh,
drum.
you scored your fat. Okay.
Yeah, crisscrossed
I
it.
haven't done that either.
So it's like laid open, so I get that shit up in there.
Yeah.
And then I put on my drum smoker to 125 degrees internal, and I raised the highest rack off the bottom of the ugly drum smoker to 125 internal temperature. And I know that's like really, really red, but listen to me, follow me on this. And actually cut it. I marked it on the bottom of the damn roast with the grain, so I knew which way to cut it before, because I'm going to recook them and recut them. And so I marked it on the bottom with the grain so I could tell which way the grain was running. I sliced them about 1.5 inches thick. Okay. And so I cut them 1.5 inches thick off that picanha after they hit 125. Then I had my vortex set up over on my kettle. And I had it roaring, man. Woo!
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Roaring like a vortex. And I seared each piece of that. I cut them steaks 1.5 inches thick, seared them for like 35, 45 seconds, not even a minute each side, and pulled them back off. Holy moly, dude. I mean, that's some good shit. That's some good beef, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, it's some steps to get to it, but damn. And I ain't never cooked a whole picanha in my life. That was the
Yeah,
first
I'm
one
telling you, man, it's a game changer. This week I was up in Grand Rapids and I went to his local butcher shop and I was like, "Hey, can you give me a picanha?" And he's like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
I said, "It's the fat cap off the sirloin rump, the rump roast."
Sirloin cap.
Yeah, the cap
sirloin.
off the rump sirloin roast, whatever you want to call it back there.
Yeah, it's
And
not a
and he goes, "Okay." So he goes and gives it, and he understood it. He's like, "Yeah, I'll cut you one." He brings it up, fat cap's already trimmed off. He was like, "Oh man, I took the fat," like he did me a solid, and I was like,
No.
Thank you so much.
I mean,
He goes, "Oh, did you want the fat cap?" I'm like,
yeah.
"We'll figure it out." I was like, "We're gonna figure out how this thing cooks without a fat cap." It was still good,
Sure. Yeah.
but it was not nearly. I was like, "Oh no!"
Well, that's
Then
like
they
the
charged me
best part.
$12.99 a pound, and I'm like, "Jesus!" Yeah. They
I
labeled it Sizzler on the package, which I think meant like we're grossing the shit out of this out of towner. Is like I think is what it really meant.
let me give y'all some point, and this ain't even a sponsor, but I'm gonna tell y'all, if we live in different parts of the country, so we have access to different kinds of meats when we do, right? True.
Mm-hmm.
Wild Fork Foods. I ain't lying to you. Look, I ain't got no deal on this. They give me a $29 a year free shipping thing, but that's all they gave me. But I'm telling you, they have the different picanhas. And if you sign up for them for $29 for a year, you get free shipping. All you pay is $35. So you're spending less money going to the damn grocery store burning gas. And I bought a prime brisket from them for $4.38 a pound. Prime.
Wow.
Damn.
Prime picanha.
Damn it.
Hey, you can't buy that at the damn grocery store.
No.
So why
No.
would you not? They're not paying me. I ain't even a consultant or nothing. I'm saying it's a damn good deal to get free shipping. And look, because they did contact me, Tony. I'm gonna tell you this. After the show, they watched it evidently when I was on the Sausage Sensei, and I talked about not having a picanha. So they contacted me that Saturday, okay? And they said, hey,
from that show? Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Exactly. They watched it. So, yeah, I don't know how to register, but they watched it, and they said, Grubs, so you ain't cooked a picanha? I said, nope. Well, they said they're going to send me one. Free. No charge. And the shipping is free, so what can you do? And I said, well, they told me I could buy anything I wanted to add to the shipping, right? At that time, I bought a prime brisket, $4.38 a pound, for prime brisket. You can't buy that. I can't buy the grocery store I'm at. And
Hell,
they
you
have
can't buy regular choice brisket at some place
Yeah.
just for $4.38.
So, and
Nope.
a prime picanha was like $8.98 a pound. I said, well, shit, let me add this
which
to
is
my
actually
order.
cheap.
It was free.
That's
It
real
was free
cheap.
shipping. I mean, I had to pay for the meat, but it cost me more gas to go to the damn grocery store to try to find a place to buy that shit than it was free. Dude, off the damn chain. But I'm cooking that brisket this weekend, so we're going to see
Oh,
how
man,
it goes.
can't wait to see that. Fat
Yeah.
cap up or down? Do you do
Well-
fat cap up or down?
It depends on where it's at on my grill. If I'm on my reverse flow and it's
That's right.
close to the fire end, the fat goes down. But on the pellet grill, which I'm going to do because I'm old and I don't want to stay up all night, I'm going to set the pellet grill and do what I do, fat cap up, and then I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to turn it down about 7 o'clock. And then when it's time to wrap it, we're going to go that way. But
There
it
we
all
go.
depends on where the fire source is, fat cap up or down. That's all I can say. I can't, But this one is going to be on a pellet grill because I'm old and I don't want to stay up all fucking night. So I'm going to let the pellet grill do what it
Fair,
does.
fair. Hey, when you're Grubs, you can do whatever the hell you want. Jared, question. And how are we doing on time, man? I don't want to keep you here longer.
All
You're
good.
good? You're partying with the boys on Friday. I like
Yeah,
it. I
my
like
wife's
it.
at dinner with her friends, so I'm all good.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. So, okay,
This is
so
the after
Australia,
party.
here the American. Now you're here in the United States. What American barbecue item have you fallen in love with the most?
Ooh, I mean, picanha's got to be up there.
Okay.
That's just about impossible to get where I'm from. I'd say, honestly, like, this is a weird answer, but it might just be brisket. So you can get brisket where I'm from. But I just sent a buddy of mine a brisket for his birthday. And it cost about $220 to get to
Holy.
his door.
Ooh.
Now, like, granted, that's like Australian dollars, so that's obviously
Yeah.
with exchange rate, but you're still probably talking about $150 for that easily.
Oh,
And that was the cheapest one I could find. So even a pork butt where
Okay.
I'm from, you buy a pork butt $45-50 easy.
no, but the damn near that's what they call it here now. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, straight up, I mean, the price per pound for pork is going crazy.
Yeah,
Unless, like I say, I mentioned that company Wild Fork, and I only mention that because they must have connections on chickens and shit that are cheaper. But to get pork butts, which I make sausage with, I make bacon with, I do a lot of cooking with pork butts. It's going crazy, man. I'm trying to hoard the last $1.48 pound I got,
yeah.
in the freezer now, but it's it's crazy. And
Well,
it's unbelievable.
I'm still able to get a whole massive pork loin for like under $20.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
feel like
that's
I
the
just need to-
loin, and that's a whole.
Yeah. But I feel like, then I got my vacuum sealer, so I feel like I just need to come home, like slice them
Slice
up
it.
like 4 2-inch
Yeah.
loins, vacuum seal them, and that's just what you got to do to like save money. Johnsy's back from finding a stapler here, so he's back.
Finding the stapler.
Where's that, Johnsy?
Hey, I'm gonna burn this place down.
I'm gonna burn this place in the ground.
Yeah, he's way out in California and shit though. It's all like bright and sunny and happy. and
Oh, I
stuff.
know. He's back there, got orange trees, lemon
Yeah,
trees
yeah.
hanging out.
Hey,
yeah,
my
lemons.
favorite
It's like
part.
56 degrees here tonight. Right
I'm
Yeah,
now.
not-
it's shitty.
I'm not trying to brag too much, but the garden's coming
But-
along really well. But the raspberries are coming in, and they are delicious.
Yeah, my red raspberries are actually looking like it's my third year of this patch. And like I finally have a patch that's probably about 20 stalks.
Oh, nice.
So I'm actually expecting to get quite a few. And
Yeah.
Grub, you wouldn't know what I could do with some of these red raspberries, would you?
Yeah, what do
Everybody
we
got
do
an
with that?
idea.
Yeah.
It happens.
Turn it into a red raspberry vinaigrette and pour it on pork chops. Yeah.
Now let's ferment it and distill it.
Oh man.
That's what's me.
So I did a red raspberry vinaigrette finish on pork chops last year, but I'm still like learning the new techniques. And if I would have done a little bit of the cornstarch like slush into it there and thicken that up, that would have been 10 times better. But a red raspberry finish on pork is phenomenal. Forget about it.
Did you make the sauce yourself, Tony?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I might need to get that recipe.
Sounds good.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were. I don't know anymore with you, Johnsy. I don't know with you.
Don't
I
trademark.
don't know how to read you anymore. But yeah, actually, all I did was I just took red rat. Now mine still had the seeds in it. I didn't like press it through like a really thin grade, so it still had the seeds in it. But literally, I just put the berries in the skillet, started cooking them down, then added some apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
And then you can do like a little bit of salt, pepper, a little bit of pepper in there. Or you could even add a little bit of red pepper flakes if you want to do a little bit of a kick to it.
Yeah.
Or some smoked paprika or red cayenne. But that red raspberry is basically your gel, and then you season up that gel any way you want. And anything pepper or anything like that or spicy. Pork's so universal because of white.
Yeah.
Like when you hear white meat, you just immediately think anything goes with it. Like chicken and pork. I mean, you could go from super Cajun to freaking cinnamon powder. You could do cinnamon chicken; it'll taste freaking phenomenal. Same with pork. So if it's white, you can do anything. So I like to season the sauces to go over it because the sauce is the boss when you're dealing with like white meat. I mean that's the only way you get your flavor. It's going to taste like chicken or pork, like what that is. So how are you going to get it to taste out? So I like to season my sauces for those kinds of cooks.
That's actually a really interesting tip because like that's my biggest issue when it comes to like really trying to make it flavorful is that you can way over season the white meat, especially chicken, and so like it looks killer, but you can't even taste the meat anymore. So seasoning the sauce, that's a really good little tip there.
Yeah, I know a little bit about something, but not
the
much.
First chapter of your book.
Hey, hey, man, if you need me to autograph your book, I want to autograph your cookbook, Jared. Instead of you autographing my copy, I'm going to autograph your copy. You're welcome.
Sounds good. Down.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony's learning from being on the Dude Network. Tony runs the Dude Network, so he's interviewed all these people over all this time, and all this information is like, you see that big old brain right there? That's where.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, the hair just lost it because there's so much barbecue knowledge. This is from brisket knowledge right here. This is from brisket.
In like 2 years,
bacon knowledge or something up in there too, like maybe some breads or some cookies.
In all honesty, because of what I've done here on social media, I'm just going to throw myself in a barbecue community. I got my first smoker in October. But I was like smoking on my gasser with smoke tubes, getting actual smoke rings on my gasser using smoke tubes.
Smoking shit on gas grill.
Yeah, you remember that. And then I finally got my smoker, and like because I've just asked a shit ton of questions and like FaceTimed a lot of people while cooking, like I've kind of mastered a brisket. Not master, but you know what I mean. Like,
sure.
Yeah,
I am not proud. I will take my brisket to anybody's house in under 6 months and not be ashamed of it. Like just because of social media. I love it.
It'll never be the best, man. I mean, that's the whole thing about barbecue because I've been doing this shit for 40 fucking years. And I was on American Barbecue Showdown, right, dude? So the thing is, what's the best way? I can't tell you that for shit. All I can tell you is this is how I'm going to do it. And when it's done, it's fucking done. That's what I'm saying. Grubs, dude asked me today. They come with his whole family. They must come up from Florida or something. They come around in a cabin or something up in Jersey for. And I'm selling beer and wine. They buy them. Oh, you're from that show? Yeah, I'm from that show. Okay, hey, how you doing? Can we take a picture? Yeah. What's the best way to cook? I can't tell you the best way to cook shit.
I don't know, but if you go behind the Modelo, you can grab some of my sausage.
You might find some habanero smoked sausage or something.
Hey, Jared, Grubs slings meat behind the Modelo at the grocery store, man. These guys owns bacon, and he'll stash it in the Mexican beer section, and he'll have Morse code. Like people will come up like a drug deal, give him a $20 bill. He's like, behind the Modelo.
Yeah.
Third rack on the right.
Corona. Yeah, in that section of the cooler, because I don't want nobody to steal my shit. If I'm bringing 10 pounds of sausage in the damn store, I don't want anybody just rolling up damn, This must be a buy one get one free day.
I was like, oh, no barcode. What a coincidence. Yeah.
No,
That's
it's
amazing.
vacuum sealed, and I got like.
It is amazing, Jared. It's got to be the last of a dying breed that you can go to the grocery store and get like side hustle meats, man.
Yeah. But you know what? It's good shit though.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I want it so bad, man. I'm gonna get down there.
It's good shit, man.
Hey, we're gonna go down there. We're gonna meet up at Grubs compound with Jared and Doobie and Johnsy, and we're gonna write Jared's next cookbook.
Hey, we can do that, and hey, we can all get together and cook fucking sausage. You know.
There we go. Hey, we're gonna get Bill up there. We're gonna do no. Hey, you know we don't need Bill. Hey, by the way, Grubs, he acknowledged my sausage idea of the chicken sausage, but I don't think he's gonna make it. So the opportunity is yours to make the cranberry apple pecan chicken sausage.
Yeah. And you know where he's at with that. But he gave me the hint on how to get that fat level right.
I know you. I know it. I know you know. So I'm telling you, you can beat him to the punch, and you can wow the sausage sensei.
Well,
Jared, you ever make sausage?
Yeah, I'm not good at it.
I've never tried it.
It's hard, man. The thing that I hate is keeping everything cold the whole time. Oh, it's a nightmare. And if you let that fat melt and render, it's baloney.
You're right. Man, I've been there 100 fucking times. From sausage, from summer sausages to link sausages, it don't matter. So when you come down to smoking sausages, you can't break that fat down, man. That's the whole thing. People don't understand that. I don't really think they have a clue what it takes to do that. But when I show my same cabinet smoker that I can put a pig in and cook at 325 for 8 hours and have it done, I can run the same damn cooker at 160 and do sausages hanging in it. That's what people don't understand. There's a trick to that shit, you know? Yeah. But you cannot overheat your sausages, especially smoked sausages, and have the fat running out of them. You can't do it.
Nope.
People don't realize it's a trick. It really is, and a lot of people don't realize what it takes to make smoked sausages. But you gotta keep it below that temperature to get the fat from running out, or the sausage ain't fucking right. I mean, straight up. You know, and it ain't no. The seasoning thing, I think, is pretty easy for everybody. And if it ain't, I can explain that. But the cooking part of it, I can't, unless you come to my house or I walk through you with step by step, you ain't going to figure that shit out.
Which we're all invited. We're all invited on this screen, right? We're all invited, except for Johnsy.
So should we just set a date now instead of time?
Come up.
Is it the Milton look?
Bill Dumas out in Texas, Pflugerville, Texas. That's why he charges what he charges for his class. Because to go hang out with him hip to hip for 2 or 3 days and learn how to make these sausages, it's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
And it's not.
What if we bring moonshine?
In a day or two, it's years of information, and you pay for it, you get it. And that's just the fucking way it is. But
there we go.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's good though. Like one of the things I learned about this, and I mean, I'm still very amateur at sausage, but I actually just recently upgraded my sausage stuffer. Because I found
you gotta have one.
I found that the cheap ones that I was trying to buy, it takes you're handling everything so much, you're over grinding. You can't get the pressure of the stuffing right. It is actually one of those things where spending a little bit of extra money on, the difference between a $50 stuffer and $100 stuffer, or
you're straight
100
up,
to 150,
man.
massive difference.
Straight up. Yeah. I use a Haka 11.5 pound stuffer for a stuffer, and I have a grinder that'll grind a whole fucking chicken leg that I can run I can throw a chicken leg through it. So that combination is there, but you got to have that
with the bone.
Yeah, everything.
It spits the bone out.
Whole chicken leg, damn thing. Yeah, it's good for making dog food and stuff. And I got a dog, and my dog loves me because he gets.
Jesus, you're like on a whole different level, man.
shit. So
He's literally got a meat
that's a
mauler.
whole nother
Yeah.
story, but you got no, just a good grinder. I mean, a really good grinder. The one that's going to, if you take, 20, 30 pounds of meat and run it through a grinder, do it in 30, a minute. I don't know, 2 minutes, it's done. Burn, but
Yeah.
for me, I have a dog. We all have dogs. I think everybody up here, I don't know if you don't have a dog, I ain't mad at you. But my dog loves fresh ground meat and brown rice and vegetables. That's his dog food. I mean, that's what I make for my dog because it's cheaper than buying at the damn grocery store and it's better for him. And, I mean, most people probably don't do that shit, but that's the way it is, So, my dog
Grubs.
meat's happy, What's up?
Do you use a manual hand crank stuffer? Or do you use an automatic one?
No, I have one. No, not my stuffer. Yeah, manual. But
Yeah,
you got
okay,
the two
okay.
gears on it, so it's a Haka 11.5 stuffer. So it's all about getting the flow of it, And that's another thing. Whether you make links, whether you want to make universal links, or you want to do a whole link and smoke it. If it's smoked sausage, then you can cut it down to size. But when it comes to doing links, you got to get there's some kind of uniformity, and I'm working on that shit, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you, it ain't easy trying to get 3 or 4 links. Yeah, I'm trying to get them all the same size and shit, And when you use natural casings, they vary in size, even on the tube from 32 to 35 or 38 millimeters. So they can swell up or go down, and you can overstuff them. And not having a blowout, to me, is a big deal.
Yeah.
And what I figured out, this is what I'm telling you right now, what I figured out is just, especially a smoked sausage, roll it all out in the casing of the whole ring till the casing's done. Then I'm going to hang that bitch on the wooden dowels in my smoker, and my big cabinet cooker.
Yeah.
Smoke it. Then I'm going to cut it, but it's not going to be in lengths. That's what I'm saying. So when people are buying this sausage, there's going to be some square ends on some pieces.
Oh,
Can you can't sit there and like still twirl it when it's all solid like that? It won't like compress
you
into the
can.
links?
You can, but to make them universal and do that is very, very is hard.
Right. Okay. Well, that's fair. That's fair. I was just curious, I guess.
I mean, because all my shit, I do 24, 25 pounds, handcrafted. So I'm twisting. But some of them might be this long, some of them might be that long, whatever it is, And what I'm trying to do for me is to sell you a pack of sausage, fresh ground, from my custom sausage kitchen.
With a 6-pack in the middle.
Well, I want them to be universal. I mean, like 3 links this long or, 4 links this long or whatever it is. I'm trying to.
Hey, come on, Grubs. Stop attacking all of us, man. Like, come on. Come on.
Just because you like links.
I
wanted to fit in the freaking bun. Okay? We want to fit in the bun. That's the deal.
Yep.
And that's what I tried. But I think it's better to go the whole length of the natural casing, tie it off, smoke it, cut it in sizes so they all fit, And then you can they're more universal that way. That's all.
Right.
It makes me feel good that you're still trying to work on the uniformity of them because I feel like you've made more sausage than I'm probably going to make in my life, and I'm struggling with that same problem. So it's nice to know that that happens to the best of us.
No, we love Grub. Grub is one of the dudes.
Man. Look, the main thing on sausage, you want the flavor, and you don't want you want the skin to bite through, especially on natural casing. So.
You gotta love that snap. Like you gotta love a snap when you bite into a sausage.
And even if it's beef, so that means you have to overcook the beef a little bit compared to pork because it's the casing, it's on the outside. So you want that to bite through.
I just need to get down to the Grubs compound. That's just what's going on.
I need a class.
Hey, Grubs. if I come down, we ain't doing no damn brisket on the pelt. We're staying up all night. We're running a batch of shine while we cook a brisket. Book it.
We could probably do that shit. I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure we
Yeah.
could. I'm sure
Yeah.
we could.
That's literally like
different
my
looks
life
at it,
dream
so, you know.
right there.
Jared, if you ever want to make moonshine, you're in the right group, man. We got you, dude. We got you.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Oh, we got you on that too. Shit, Amazon.
I'm not.
20 gallons.
I haven't done shine, but I've brewed a few batches of beer.
If you can brew beer, you can do shine. If you
I
can
know.
do wine, you can do shine. If you know how to even look at alcohol, you can make shine.
Blueberry. This is blueberry.
Oh, you got blueberry? You dog.
What a show off, man!
Yeah.
He always pulls his glasses
Yeah,
out like ice
exactly.
cold. Like you always see like the
Ice
milk,
cold.
like the moisture off his glasses.
And
It
it's
is
always
wet,
some.
like,
Oh, this is raspberry.
my little
Oh, this
refrigerator
is
in the office.
blueberry.
Oh, I have Christmas ale. It's got
Yeah.
nutmeg, cinnamon, and mulberries in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're
Oh.
talking blueberry, sugar, and
Oh, have you had my banana mango yet? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Jared, if you had one pick of moonshine to make, what would it be?
I have no. I don't drink, so like
Well,
I don't
I
even
mean,
know where moonshine
favorite
goes.
fruit. Favorite fruit.
So in New Zealand, where I grew up, they have something called a feijoa. It's not really here, but it's kind of like it's weird, man. It's a weird food. It's almost kind of pineapple-y tasting.
Okay.
But it's like softer. It's really good. So I would go with that because feijoa is a bomb.
And make sure they get some of that down to meat stock. Grubs is going to make some shine down there while with his team. That's
You'll find some there. You'll find some meat stock.
Yeah.
Right.
How big is meat stock? Like thousands? Like tens of
It's
thousands?
huge.
Hundreds of
biggest thing-
thousands?
No, it's a
biggest
big deal,
barbecue
man.
event.
Look, Tony,
Oh.
I'm going to tell you, man, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to straight over here right now. I'm
You
gonna
better be.
asking later on for donations down the road. As a sponsorship, we're going to get a shirt printed with Grubq and Dude Network and shit. We'll go, but that's all later. Let's go beyond that.
Yeah. We,
This is
you
a
know when it
big deal.
happens.
No, this is a big deal, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I have enough confidence in myself in what I do, but I'm also humbled that the fact that I could even be included in doing something like this. You know, I mean, that blows my mind. I mean, it does. You know, I love barbecue. I'm gonna do the best I can do for whatever I can do when it comes to the queue. But it's like, damn, then all of a sudden you're invited to go to cook in one of the big, I mean, it's not an American thing, but they still appreciate barbecue.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
And it's unbelievable. I mean,
I like watching I like watching all the Germans throwing down on some barbecue, man. That's a fun culture
Oh, yeah.
too. And like the Brits and the Austrians and the
Well,
Irish,
all these international teams, and then it's crazy. And
so is there an international circuit? Like KCBS is like the circuit of circuits. We can all agree on that in the United States. But is there an international barbecue trail?
Good question.
Yeah, I don't know. I bet there is though, because these guys that are involved that messaged me and I've been in touch with, they did a KCBS type cook thing in South Africa.
Jared, you would probably know this one.
Those type of rules. Okay,
Yes.
in South Africa.
So I don't know if there is anything international, but from my experience, I know they do a lot of things that will link up. So in Australia and New Zealand, they have the ABA. So it's the Australasian Barbecue Association.
Yeah.
So if you know Jess Prowse from Hardcore Carnivore, she was one of the 3 sort of founding members of that. And that was sort of, I don't know if I would say that it like started barbecue in Australia, but it certainly started like the organized big stuff. It was certainly a huge part of that. And so a lot of the times, and this is sort of a big discussion that they have over there with competitive barbecue in Australia, is that some of the different categories like lamb don't coincide with some of the competition stuff here. And so it's always like, do they want to include it? Because then it makes it harder for these teams that are really consistently winning in Australia to join some of these competitions here. Or do they want to leave it out and go traditional with what the KCBS or the other sort of bodies are doing. But
Man,
there is a lot of link up like that.
International bounty hunters on barbecue comps. That'd be intense. What a career. What a career.
I'm gonna tell you, it's cool as shit, man, because if you're actually involved in it to where I've never ever done a KCBS competition in my whole fucking life, but because I actually got on the show, I got this invitation to do this, and I'm thinking to myself, how the hell can you not go do that? I mean, they got a whole different barbecue level. They may be doing damn wallaby tails and fucking shark and who the fucking knows? You know what I'm saying?
You're going to be wrestling a great white, man. You don't even know yet. You're going to be out there wrestling with riding on the fin, back dorsal fin, a great white, man.
I cook a damn possum, right? I can cook a possum
with raspberry moonshine in the one hand, drinking it.
Grubs, just pray you don't have to box a kangaroo. That's all you got to
pray. Dude, hey, them bastards look legit. Hey,
I'm the cook.
Jared, kangaroo, the meanest animal on the planet?
They're not too big. Like, they're not angry, but I wouldn't want to fight one.
No way.
Okay.
No way.
But I
Grubs is going to headbutt kangaroos. I love it.
But I bet you, as part of the whole ordeal, you know, I guarantee you there's some kind of cooking of kangaroo meat.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's tail or wherever, I guarantee it. And maybe some wallaby. There's going to be shit that we ain't even used to in this country at all, but there's going to be red or white or dark meats.
Okay. Question. Jared, do people cook kangaroo?
You can buy it like just about any supermarket.
No shit.
Yeah.
What's the flavor profile? Hey, speak to it. Teach us the flavor profile of fucking kangaroo, I guess.
So, talk to us about kanga, man.
Hey, we're talking about cooking kangaroo on the Good Network. Noted. We're talking about
it's in the history books.
At a high level, we're talking about cooking kangaroo. Go.
So it's an interesting protein. It's very, very red meat. So it has heaps of iron in it. It has a ton of iron in it. So it's like really lean. It makes really good jerky because it can be very gamey. So like I like lamb a lot, but kangaroo can be very gamey.
Coca-Cola.
But yeah. So you kind of got to prepare it. But that's why I like.
Oh no!
Whoa,
Jared, time out. You're muted. Oh no! Oh, he's pissed. He's angry. He's double mad. He's big mad.
It's my microphone. It has keeps slipping out. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're great now, man. Yeah. Trust me. I'll yell at you. You're good. You look beautiful, by the way. I just want to let you know your head is cleanly shaven and looks great.
That's why I wear a hat, because my shit ain't tight.
Yeah, I just gave up on it, man. I just gave up on the hat. Fuck it.
Well, I was going to say, when you're talking about it before, grass doesn't grow on a busy highway. So, when you're deep thinkers like us.
Oh man, what does that mean for me?
You look like Milton. I'm sorry, John Z. I love you, man.
I mean,
am I ever going to get a piece of cake?
Yeah, I know, but I will say you got to taste the allergies this week after you shave that beard off. So I'm just proofs in the pudding. Beards make men healthier.
Mr. Jared, let me ask you a question. So, as far as natural meat over there, if you were to go cook meat in Australia, is kangaroo considered red meat?
Yeah,
white
it's super red. So it's a weird one.
Lean.
A lot of people don't like it because it's really strong, but it's also really cheap. So it's a lot of like dog food is made of kangaroo. Probably
when you said that like that shit.
He didn't sell it.
Probably
you're hungry, but hell, I ain't no fucking dog food.
Embrace it, John Z.
Probably the best way to make it is, or the best way that you can buy it is, they make sausages. They call them kanga bangers, and that's probably the best way to have.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this: what about
kanga bangers?
Built Bomb.
What is
it?
You
know about the dried meat?
Yeah, biltong. So that's a South African thing.
Yeah.
But it's it's pretty similar to jerky. The biggest difference that I can tell is that like biltong is almost always dried as a whole muscle,
chunk of
and
meat,
then
right?
shaved
And
down.
you slice that shit off afterwards.
Yep. Whereas
Yeah.
jerky, you normally slice it and then dry it.
Right, and then exactly.
Okay.
But
You also-
Hey, if
almost
anybody
never
wants
smoke it.
jerky, make sure to go check out PegasusJerkyCompany.com. Check out the Assam Maple and Blackberry Smoke, or the Texas Pepper, or the recent collab, the Peach.
yeah, but I make it myself too. But I'm trying to figure out this biltong thing. That's why I think I got an invitation to go cook in Sydney, Australia, with these guys from South Africa. I'm thinking, well, teach me how to make biltong, and they said, well, you teach me how to make sausage. And I think it'd be a fucking great collaboration. Shit.
How about we
That's a
make
good deal.
biltong sausage?
Well, I got to think about that for a minute because
You're welcome, Grubs. You're welcome. You got
Yeah,
to sleep
yeah.
on that one. You're going to think about that one all weekend now. You're welcome.
Yeah, probably. I got to work tomorrow though, and there'll be a lot of tourists and shit. And fucking
Oh, you got a lot of time to think about it then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Boss makes a dollar, you make a dime. So you think about that kind of sausage on company time.
My favorite riddle you say, bud.
That's
Love
right. Yeah. You ever hear that one, Jared? That's an American one.
That's good. I get totally get
Well,
it.
it's more. It's the true saying is, boss makes a dollar, I make a dime. That's why I take my shits on company
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Boom.
But some of us turn off lights and hop on the Dude Network. There's all kinds of stuff that happens on company time around here.
First time Johnsy came on, he was like live in a parking lot smoking a cigarette. And like the building was black. He's like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta turn the power back on to this building. I was like, dude, the whole time you've been on here, you've been waiting to turn on power. There's people sitting in the building with no power. And Johnsy's like, Dude Network first. Oh, look at this. Hey, Jared, look at this. Look at
That
this.
is
tattoo.
amazing.
And it was the city and county building. Grubs.
I mean, I can't stop like,
Tattoo,
marveling at that thing. Jared, when are you getting yours on your head?
I want one so bad. Right here.
Oh, let's go.
Hey, look, you know what
It's
I'm
gonna
saying?
happen.
I'm on, all you guys, like, I'm older than all you guys. I'm an old motherfucker. So my daughter's like 23 years old, 22 years old. She's
Uh-huh.
transitioning to be a tattoo artist. She's studying, she's doing her apprenticeship, whatever you want to call it. So I got tattoos, man. I mean, my daughter's a tattoo artist. I got free tattoos, So y'all ain't got it. I got it, and that's a great thing.
Hey, I got a couple machines myself and doodle around a little bit, so settle down there, buddy.
Oh, Johnny is throwing around ink. Jared, hey, tattoos all around, Jared. You got tattoos any way you want them.
No, I got nothing, but
If you
it's
can
good
make
to
it
know
down
there's so
to
many
Blue Ridge,
chickens.
Georgia, I can get you a tattoo, Dude Network tattoo by my daughter, and
I will.
you gotta come down to Blue Ridge, Georgia to do it.
I got to get out to Georgia, man.
No doubt. And actually, a good point here by Jay Regula. Kangaroo probably ain't much different than venison. Tastes different. Depends on age, gender, and diet. So, yeah, I'm sure that the younger kangaroo is going to be more tender. If they're eating a lot of sagebrush and nasty shit, that's going to carry on the meat. But if they're in like closer to the water, where they have like some nice fresh greens and stuff like that, it probably is a better diet. So, actually, would you say that's probably true?
Yeah, I would think so. I actually think they have a lot of trouble farming kangaroo. My understanding, and I could be wrong, but my understanding is that there isn't such a thing as farmed kangaroo. So it's all shot wild, which isn't usually a problem because there are so many of them.
Okay.
But I could only believe that it would vary based on where they are and what they're eating and time of year and all that stuff.
Rotisserie, whole kangaroo, volume 2. Let's go.
Right?
They may be in the forest eating acorns, and they be down by the sea eating fish and shrimp and shit. So
Hey, stuff some rosemary up its arse, and then like sit there and let that render it out through the meat on the rotisserie. There we go.
Seafood kangaroo.
It'd be a weird animal to cook whole because like all of the meat is in the legs. So it would be like a weird top heavy kind of triangle thing. But man, I'd give it a crack.
That's what.
Hey,
Yeah, that.
We heard it here first on the
go.
Dude Network.
Let's go.
Jared's doing a whole kangaroo.
Yeah.
So, hey, final comments here. We went on longer. Per usual, we went way farther than we were supposed to. It happens. Johnsy, final question for Jared. Go.
How scary is it living in Australia with all your psychotically large spiders and snakes and poisonous everything?
Fair question.
Yeah, fair question.
Sorry, it's not cooking related, but
I love your diversity, Johnsy. Look at you just broadening our spectrum.
Well, so it's interesting because like spiders, snakes, all very real,
yes,
horrible things. But the one that's interesting is like we also don't have like bears or mountain lions or coyotes, so it's kind of a different kind of scary.
No, nothing compared to that huntsman crap, man.
Yeah.
That thing is, oh my Lord.
Have you seen, there's a photo online of a huntsman spider on like the end of this broom, and it's literally like the size of the broom.
No, I can't deal with that. I can't.
Those coconut crabs also over there, I don't know if it's in Australia, but those coconut crabs are fucking ridiculous.
Those things are crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. They killed Amelia Earhart, changed my mind. Grubs. It's the last question for Jared. Go.
Oh, man.
Well, man, all I got to say is, look, my goal is to come down to Australia in May of next year and cook barbecue, okay? And so, my accent is a little bit different. Y'all's accent is a little bit different, but we all speak English, right?
With our powers combined.
Am I going to roll with the roll? Am I going to be like on the side of the road? You know what I'm saying?
You'll be all good. They'll figure it out. If they can understand each other, they can understand you.
Hey, let's come up with a hybrid convo here, like y'all mates. Like, yeah.
What? Yeah,
y'all mates.
What's
like,
up, y'all mates?
Y'all mates. Like, y'all mates. Like, I think that's a thing now. We did it.
Here, I'm going to try to get set up. So we got a year. Meat stock, Sydney. I'm coming. So if I can touch base, between here and there, we'll do that, and then we'll go from there. But I'm coming. I mean, I can't not like do this. I mean, this is like an invitation. I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I needed this part of my life, man. I'm a barbecue. I love fucking barbecue. Okay, if I can go across the country and do this shit, hell the fucking yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, follow me, man. Keep in touch with me, Jared, right here. Because
there we go.
It's going to come up, man. Sooner than because we're getting older and shit don't slow down. It only goes faster. I'll be there. But you be a part of it, man. And it's like, I'm looking fucking forward to it, man. I want to go to Australia. I want to be a part of Meat Fest. And I've got some avenues afforded to me because of being on the show.
Yeah.
God bless. But and I got sponsors, man. Like this guy over here, Tony Lane, great sponsor, man.
I'm not a sponsor.
They ain't even know because I ain't hit them up yet. But we're going to make it work, man. We got a year to do this shit. We're going to put on a shirt. We're going to show up in Australia, and we're going to cook some fucking delicious. It's going to be
Jared,
awesome. Hell,
my last question for you. What country's better, Australia or United States? Part 2. Why is United States better? Go.
I tell you what, there's one thing that Americans do very well is the snack game here is strong.
Oh, we're fat as fuck. Yeah, we love our snack. Yeah, we love
it. Fat sons of bitches over
here. What's your favorite snack? Doritos?
I don't know. So I think I just like the availability of like gas station snacks.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I've never seen a Hostess that I didn't like.
Oh yeah.
You're a good man, Jared. You're a good man.
Jared, you're so American you don't even know it.
No, he needs to go to
Are you
Buc-ee's.
sure you weren't born here?
Yeah, I mean, dude. I mean, some people are born with the Hostess cream in their blood. I mean, you were obviously one of those guys.
It's good stuff. Very good.
It is
stuff.
delicious. Yeah, it's delicious.
All you guys need to do is get rid of the move into the metric system, and we'll be all good.
No, hey, Jared, hey, whoa.
No.
What the? What?
But other
Other
than that-
one.
We
Other
were
than that, we're all good.
friends.
Look, our metric system is the best system. Maybe the metric system needs to switch to us. You know, maybe we need to judge our world measuring system off King George's thumbnail. I mean, come on, Jared, Jesus. What's wrong
No,
with you,
you know,
man?
everybody just needs to go to Buc-ee's. Just go to Buc-ee's.
Hey, everyone just needs to go to the cunt hair measurement. Oh, cunt hair to the left, cunt hair to the right. Yeah.
Yeah,
you know.
Farsi. You just go like 3 Farsis and turn left.
Roundabout or ish, the ish system, like 30-inch ish.
Hey, just so you know, that kind of talk is live here in California too.
That's coast to
That's-
coast, John Z.
yeah.
That's everywhere, man. That shit's everywhere. Just
It
like
is
herpes. With that being said, everybody have a great weekend. No, seriously. Hey, Jared, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I'm glad you hit me up and reached out to me. This ended up being one of my favorites. I loved it.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing the Australian vibe with the United States and kind of blending it all together for us. I think you answered a lot of questions for me personally and everywhere else. John Z, Grubs, Doobie, who hasn't had to go by. But we thank everybody for being a part of this tonight. You guys are all the best. We wouldn't be where we're at without everybody that's on this screen. Jared, don't be a stranger, man, unless we scared the shit out of you, which I understand.
Hey, I've been a big fan for a while.
But hopefully you come back on soon, and hopefully we keep this thing going. Love getting to meet you here tonight. Don't be a stranger. Hit us up. You got some good tools here. John Z, Grubs, thanks for hopping on here and asking Jared some okay-ish and good questions at the same time.
Wow.
You know, it was Grubs that asked the okay-ish. Hey, Johnson, you crushed it. No, I'm joking. But no, hey, you guys are all the best.
I'm coming down. I'm coming there.
There we go.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
There we go. There we go.
It'll be
So, hey,
fun.
everybody, have a great Memorial Day weekend. Next Friday, Tina Cannon. We talk Food Network's Barbecue Brawl with Bobby Flay, with Tina Cannon next Friday at 9:00, and then the Monday after that, we got Sir Yacht coming on here as well. The man that was the face of the song to open up this show. Thank you so long, everybody. Until the next time, we will see ya.